Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the term hegemony. Before going into the term, let's discuss Antonio Gramsci. Antonio Gramsci was an Italian Marxist theoretician and politician. He wrote the political theory, sociology, and linguistics. Was one of the founding member of the Communist Party of Italy, and he is best known for the Greek word hegemony. Now, what is hegemony? The word hegemony is derived from the Greek word hegemonia, which means leader, ruler, often in the sense of the state. Hegemony was commonly used to indicate political predominance. Gramsci's hegemony refers to the process of moral and intellectual leadership through which dominant or subordinate classes of the post 1870s industrial Western nations consent to their own dominations by ruling class. Gramsci defines hegemony as a form of control which was exercised by dominant class in a Marxist sense of a group controlling the means of production. Hegemony can be seen in media text which is used to appeal the reader or the audience and present the norm or challenge the idea of this. Gramsci developed the notion of hegemony in his prison writings. The idea came as a part of his critique of the deterministic economics interpretation of history of mechanical historical materialism. Hegemony to Gramsci is the cultural, moral, and ideological leadership of a group over allied and subaltern groups. Discussing the types of hegemony, we have social hegemony, which is the spontaneous consent given by the great masses of the population to, to the general direction imposed on social life by the dominant fundamental group or the ruling class. Now it is political government. It is the apparatus of state coercive power which legally enforces the discipline on those groups who do not consent either actively or passively. Now we have cultural hegemony. Cultural hegemony describes the domination of culturally diverse societies by the ruling class who manipulates the culture of society, which is the beliefs, explanations, perceptions, values, and mores, so that the ruling class world view becomes the world view that is imposed and accepted as the cultural norms. It justifies the social, political, and economic status as a natural, inevitable, perpetual, and beneficial for everyone. Power, dominance, and leadership are the three main features of hegemony. The power of cultural hegemony lies in its invisibility. Uh, Unlike a soldier with a gun or a political system backed by a written constitution, culture resides within us. It doesn't seem political. To conclude, we can say that the term hegemony is associated with Italian Marxist Antonio Gramsci, that refers to the cultural or intellectual domination of one school of thought or social or cultural group of ideology over the another or others. In developing or in defining hegemony, Gramsci relates the concept of manifestations of social coercion. This is explained through the discussion of the state. For Gramsci, the state comprises political society and civil society. The dominant social groups maintain its hegemonic control over subordinate or subaltern social groups, which are not only through the non coercive assertion of its cultural values and beliefs, but also through the coercive potential of its political institution, such as education and the church. It can also be referred to the pervasive system of assumptions, meanings, and values, or the web of ideologies. In other words, that shapes the way they look, what they mean, and therefore what reality is for the majority of people within a given culture. It creates a strategic and indirect mastery of the dominant section of the society over the mass through seductive methods like cultural leadership. So that's all about the term hegemony. Thank you.